Casual Crafting continues with its Gundam building adventure with the Gundam XXXG-01W Endless Waltz Edition. And last time we finished off, we had completed 1-2 of the manual. Let's go flip around to see what that was. So we finished this area and we're going to move on to 1-3. So well, we're going to put this aside first and make up some space. Alright, and here comes back the famous shifter bin, which you use to just collect the little bits and pieces of plastic debris that comes off these things. Alright, and first thing we have here is F. I wonder what this is going to be building. I guess it's still more, more body parts. Well, obviously this is the main body, but it looks like it's, yeah, just more structures. Alright, so we have F7 and 8 and 10. Right, so I normally do one side at a time just to make sure I don't mess things up. And let's see if we can find the parts. Alright, so we have F, and there we go, where's 7 and 8? 7 and 8 are up here. 7 and 8, it's really a small bit. So one of the things I have to wonder is, do I do this wearing my glasses or not? Sometimes this gets really hard to see. Alright, let me get into the nice focus of the camera. And 10. Import that out. It looks like I need a I-11. Alright, so I, if I remember, was the yellow parts. Let me get it out. Which one are you? This guy right here. Alright, so let's get him out. As we normally do, we do the fine trimmings. I happen to just have the yellow piece readily available, so I look around it. Let's just check it out. And here we go. Cutting it into the tray. Make sure as much as possible stuff flies in the right direction. Even with this big bin, stuff still just get around. Okay, so some small fine tuning. It's hard to see, but there's some excess plastic. And again, cutting it and using my gardening glove as a bit of protection, right, in case I have a knife slip. Now I seem to have a bit of a surprise of a problem here where my glove has ink on it, and the ink is getting on the part. Oops, so well, let's get some skin eraser and clean it off. So surprisingly, the eraser, and that's just the generic eraser, is a pretty good remover of stains. Alright, so we got that. Some connection. I guess it was good that I used to have a career that required fine motor skills. Alright, so a little bit of a parallel question here. There's a bit of an indent here. Should I color it or not? I think I can make that decision later once I have the part assembled. Okay, so we put this guy down. Get this kind of small piece. If the parts become smaller, they also become more annoying to touch up. It just becomes a bit too cumbersome to handle. So this one, I remove a bigger chunk of connection point first, and then I use the more precise snipper. Well, the marks left behind are really not too big, to be honest, but they are still marks. Then you can see where I've cut away some of the protective covering on the tip of my gloves. Right, if I didn't have the glove on, it would probably mean that I would have been carving my finger instead. Yeah, based on the photograph, this is probably going to be an exposed piece of plastic, so I might have to do my best to see if I can remove the cut marks as much as possible. Well, in the end, no, not everything can be removed, and this may be remedied with a marker in the end. I will try a bit more. Okay, so how does this go together? Following directions 1. So I'm holding the first part here. Oh, I see what this is. Was some kind of machine gun thing. So it looks behind this thing. Oh, there's a slot here. So this goes over the slot in the middle. There we go. Now you see some kind of, I guess, machine gun thing. And I guess this is the cover of the machine gun. Alright, so what do? We slot in the middle here. Oh, there you go. Yes, it's a bit of a snap in action. I'd like to ask you to subscribe and like my videos. I know things may be a bit rough still, but with your support, I can continue to improve my methods and continue making better and better videos. Well, looks like a snag or something here. Did I do this correct? Now let me push this out and figure this out a bit more. Find something to gently poke this out. Though not too sharp pointy screwdriver, can I just push from the bottom? Maybe not. A bit of a problem here. So we also had the machine gun thingy kind of drop out. Ah, what a pain. Okay, this is where some glue may come in useful. And I'll put some Mr. Cement S. To try to glue tip of this cannon part together. So just apply some here. Let's push this on again. Remove the yellow cover. Pressing on it for a bit. Okay, so if I look at this again, based on the manual, this is supposed to slide in lightning over that thing. Okay. I guess good enough for now. I'll do the same for the other part. Sorry for the delay, but you know, sometimes you take the first half of a pair to figure out how that exactly comes together. Then the second time you do it, you're better. So that's 6. Nine. And 11. And 10. Now it occurred to me that I actually snipped the wrong piece, but 9, 11, 10 and 11 I think are identical, so I think that wasn't a mistake. That's not a mistake that should cause me trouble. But it's things like that that sometimes can trip you up when you get confused over the exact location in the runner. The other reason why I wear gloves is actually, I wonder whether it's not good for my skin to get these small plastic fibers in it. Right, I'm guessing that you know, this filing and stuff is going to generate some small particles, and these particles can get into my skin, right? Who knows? So I try a different direction of cut to hopefully minimize the mark left behind. That kind of machine gun end piece. Machine gun itself. And since I know about that problem, I'm going to apply Mr. Cement right now. Since it's the part that easily drops off. Okay. Alright, let's put it on the cover. I goofed that up again. I didn't let the glue set enough. I'm just gonna get something to give it a little poke. So the little tweezers from electronics toolkit, right? There's a little magnifying glass at the end. Okay, this is like for now. And now we have looks like A9, A31. Where are you, A9? Oh, this is A9. Oh, yeah, piece of blue plastic. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna just knock my file into the bin. Okay, so A9 and we have A31. This appears to be at the end. This is this guy here. And that's some kind of red colored ring. Okay, let's carefully cut it out. So we got done with the A parts. And I need K. K is another blue tray. And K16, which is this guy right here. K16 is an interesting part, indeed. far away. Far away, the some marks left behind, and this is really where again time comes in, right? If you don't care about these marks and stuff, then you can definitely proceed with building faster, right? And this is really up to you on how much, in a sense, quality you want out of your build. And when I look at this, I'm trying to figure out again, is there anything I should panel line on this? I would think yes, but this is quite likely part of the head and quite hidden. I'll put this aside first. We have this rib thing. This plastic is kind of soft. Like the cutter just goes through it very quietly. To be honest, a lot of this I'm doing is probably not going to be that visible at the typical viewing distance of these models. But unless you really go in a spied up close, I mean, you're not going to really notice some of these marks and stuff. It's more of a personal pride thing than anything else. Okay, there we go. So we have this and we have this. And what am I seeing? What am I seeing in the manual? I gotta put this upside down this way. And this thing goes in like this. Okay, so this is definitely really there just for color separation then. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I need to see something here. So the angle parts face front. Okay, this is a bit of an angle here. Apparently it's supposed to be this way. Yeah, some of this orientation stuff it really requires some careful looking at. Not patently obvious. Okay, so we got that in. Now we have J4 and F3. Let's do the F first. F3 is right here. and part J is red, and it's this piece right here. Let's see how cleanly I can cut these ones up. I think this did a pretty decent job with this guy. Can hardly feel the ridge. Because this is one of the things that I said, right? You have to be somewhat careful, right? I mean, depending on how good you are at this. You can understand your limit of what's good enough. But sometimes you can just make things worse by slipping with a knife or cutting incorrectly while you're trying to clean up a piece. And you'll be like, whoops, should have done that in the first place. Should have left it alone. So you can see I left a pretty good piece of connector here so that I could take a more careful look at it before I cut in close. Alright, we don't need the bin anymore for now. And actually what I'm going to do now is actually clean my file, which I did use quite a bit. So I have a tub of water and a toothbrush, old toothbrush, and I'm just brushing away the plastic particles, plastic dust that's in the file, right? Knock off the water a bit, put away the container, and simply use a rag and dry it off. Been leaving some marks over this thing. Should be cleaned off soon one day. Feeling like glove is having some icky stuff on it. But that's how I clean the files. Okay, so how does this go? Let's get back to the piece that we did from 1-2. And several instructions. So it says put on this blue piece first. I guess this goes here. Remove this if I can. The thing about these things is that there's a bit of a snap in action to this. So I may have to glue this one too, but we'll see. So one. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to assemble this together first also. Wait a second here. So this has a big ball joint that goes in front. Actually it's upside down, so it's this way. And this goes like that. There we go. This goes over like this, and this goes underneath like that, I guess. There you go, you kind of see the waist of it. Alright. You know, as I mentioned, I might want to do some panel lining on it. And after looking at the body assembly as it is, I think I will apply some up here. So I'm going to carefully draw a line here. Corresponding line here, and here, so it's a bit hard to get to this part, but yeah, let's probably try. So it looks like we have completed 1-3. Well, but first I'll have to put on these side ports here, these machine gun things. I'm not going to press them down till later.